Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the New York Mets going up against the Kansas City Royals. Well, Singy, today we get to see one of the game's best power hitters. He's tied for the league lead in home runs.
Yeah, he's not just hitting dingers. He's crushing them, Boog. No paint scrapers for him. His bat has been a huge boost to this lineup. Question is, how will they pitch to him today?
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go. And today on the hill, Cole Ragans. What do you have on him, Siggy?
Well, coming into this game, hitters are batting under 250 against this starting pitcher. So it just shows you how effective he's been. He's been able to move his pitches around, add and subtract, change up the look so that hitters don't get too comfortable and start squaring up the baseball. We'll see what he's got in this one.
And that one hammered back there. Bangs off the wall. Around first, heading for two. Relay throw to second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Here's Pete Alonso. Homered last night. Added another hit as well. And the first offering is not close. Alonso with another scorching run of play lately. And a pitch. Foul ball there.
We've gotten used to seeing him put together impressive stretches throughout his career, Boog. When he's going like he is right now, it's really fun to watch him.
1-1 now. Fought off foul. Runner at second, nobody out. And a base hit right there. Lindor zipping around third. He'll score easily, and it's 1-0.
Well done. Drives in the run. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Here's Juan Soto, entering this one second in the National League in hitting. Ground ball to first, could be two. There's one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Brandon Nimmo.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo recently taking home Player of the Month honors. That's towards center. Isbell under it. Hauls it in for the out. Here's a Mets lineup now. And a big factor for them in recent games, Jose Siri.
Yeah, Boogie's hitting better than 300. Just doing a great job of putting the bat on the baseball. You know he's seeing it well. You know he's trusting his hands. Just seems to be like he's in a groove all the time. And I know that's a great feeling. I had it in stretches in my career, but a big lift for his teammates to have a guy like this in the lineup.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. Blanco snags it on the run. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now a 1-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in Kansas City, today's starting pitcher, Kodai Senga.
Well, he's been a real quality starter for his club. And coming into this one, what stands out for me is that right-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 on the year. It seems that they have a hard time picking up his release point and tracking the ball into the zone. So we'll see how right-handers do against him in this one.
And to the plate for Kansas City, Dairon Blanco. Shortened to bunt. And missed it. And it's 0-1. On the ground, right side. Acuna gets it to first. One gone, bottom half of the first. And here now, the lineup for the Royals. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Michael Massey.
Yeah, definitely someone I always enjoy, when I get a chance to watch him, whether he's hitting in a game or even taking swings during batting practice. Man, this guy is always so focused on what he's doing on that task at hand. He's got so much attention to detail that when he steps in the box, his success rate is really high.
Michael Garcia in the box now. No balls and a strike. And a big swing and a miss.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Nasty fork ball for strike 3.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Bobby Witt Jr., the next to hit, takes ball 1. That's in for a strike. 2 out, space is empty. And there's a ball. Fouls one off. 2-2.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Hit on the ground to the right side. And foul ball. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Good job to fight that one off. Breaking ball inside. And that's ball 3.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Two outs. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. About to see the 11th pitch of the at-bat here. And that one off the inside edge. You walked him. That's a great at-bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Salvador Perez, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1. That misses. One ball, one strike.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
And that's a base hit. And now first and second with 2 outs. And next up for the Royals, Vinny Pasquantino. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
If you're going to be a championship type of ball club, you've got to hit with runners in scoring position. And after last night's struggles, I'm sure this team is chomping at the bit to have this kind of opportunity here early in this game.
First and second, 2 down. Here in the second game of the series. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And everyone's safe. They're loaded.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
Inside, just missed.
Lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
Lindor, jump throw. And very nicely done for the out.
Pure athleticism on that one. In the air, legs split a bit, and fires across the diamond. He's going to get a lot of high fives in the dugout.
All set for the start of the inning. And stepping in for New York, Luis Angel Acuna. Ragans back to work. Pasquantino makes the grab, 1 down.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop up and an easy out for the defense.
Francisco Alvarez in the box here lets that one go for a ball. 1 out, bases empty. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup. Clyde Washington doing the umpiring behind the dish in this one. Sometimes considered a bit of a pitcher's umpire, Singy.
He likes the low ball, which traditionally favors pitching, but you know, hitters today are pretty good at dropping their barrel down, so we'll see how it goes in this one.
Chris, do players ever change their approach in meaningful ways based on who's umpiring, or is it good to just be aware of tendencies so you're not that surprised?
I'd say the latter, because the pitcher's got to pitch to his strengths regardless. The hitter's got to hit to his strength. So you're aware of it, but you have to just hunt for what you can handle.
As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 guys, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
0-2.
Fastball is outside. That one not close, and it's 2-2. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Batting 9, the center fielder, Jose Siri.
And now it's Jose Siri. What a season it's been for him. He has supplied a lot of power and that average. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Pulls that one foul.
Finish him.
Two outs. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Perez gathers, throws to first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Mets 1 and the Royals nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the second baseman, Michael Massey. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. And a big swing and a miss.
0-2.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
Now it's Hunter Renfroe. First pitch swinging.
0-1.
Right through there for a strike. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Batting 9.
So digging in, Kyle Isbell.
Isbell.
Ground ball, Alonso. He takes it on his own, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing for the Royals. They're down 1-0. top half of the third inning. Here's Francisco Lindor.
Francisco
Lindor with some impressive production lately. Dives, and he can't hang on. Gets it there in time, though, and they do get the out.
This is what it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from him a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice feed and a nice play for the out.
Now at the plate, Pete Alonso. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. In there at the knees.
You don't stick at the major league level unless you can string together consistently solid performances. Right now, he's showing us why he's lasted in the big leagues.
One down, base is empty. That's down and in. Swings through that one.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Chases the changeup in the dirt. Perez on to first, and it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout. And now it's Juan Soto. He's 0 for 1. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. Witt. And that is that. So they go quietly there. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Mets 1 and the Royals nothing. Let's check out some notable Cy Young candidates so far this year.
Left fielder, Nairo Blanco.
Just missed.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Swing and a miss. Yeah, the count 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Swing and a ground ball. Sneaks through, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Here's the third baseman, Michael Garcia. He was a strikeout victim his first time.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and Harper Order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
First pitch just misses. Blanco aboard here at first with nobody out. Turned on, but foul wide of third.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at. And a
runner takes off. That's in for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. And the tying run is now in scoring position. And just misses with that one.
And now a little barking back towards the umpire. Clearly thought he got that outside corner on what was a pretty big pitch. Sometimes that only makes it worse for
hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
1 out and a runner at second here in the last half of the third. Runner takes off. Uh-oh, throw goes to second. And 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Well, this is where the team aspect really comes into play on the offensive side of the game, right? I mean, missed opportunity to tie it up with the runner at third, 1 out, couldn't put the ball in play. So now it's time to pick him up, and that's where good teams, they go.
That's a base hit. In comes the run from third. And it's an RBI single. We're tied at 1.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Pasquantino stands in now and watches strike 1. Tied up here in the early going. Strike on the inside corner.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. It's going to have.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. 3 innings complete. All tied 1-1. Start of the 4th. Now it's the DH, Brandon Nimmo. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Well, these Mets just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Ball to strike. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Here's Jesse Winker. Tap foul at the plate. Base is empty, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Massey squeezes it, and there's 2 down.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Here's the second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna. He popped out his first time. Not close with that one, and it's 1-0. That one ran inside, almost got him.
Huh. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Finish him.
Balls, 2 strikes.
In the air, center field, Isbell moving back for this one and makes the play, and that's out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 4th, tied 1-1. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Designated hitter, Jonathan India.
Bottom of the zone and a called strike.
Well, these Royals showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense. You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Ground ball up the middle. It's through for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning. That makes it a 15-game hitting streak, and there's some buzz about it now, Singy.
It's nothing crazy, but it does say a lot about how well he's seeing pitches and really making solid contact, barreling up the baseball at times, and everything it seems he's hitting hard. As hot as he is, I could see this streak going for a little while longer.
And a swing and a miss. And he's up to 7 strikeouts. Hunter Renfroe at the plate.
Number 16, Hunter Renfroe.
In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Alvarez makes the grab. And there are 2 outs.
Now batting, center fielder, Kyle Isbell.
So up next, Kyle Isbell. Grounded out his first time. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost. Runner takes off. Strike in there. Throw to second. Out at second. That ends the inning.
The catcher definitely looked ready for that stolen base attempt. Got in position quickly, and a strike down to second base to end the inning.
Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point.
Alvarez.
Ragans back to work. And a foul ball.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does.
That one ripped left field. That's back there. Reaching for it and brings it in.
Thought that was a no-doubter. Like the wind was holding that in this ballpark.
Vientos.
Now the third baseman, Mark Vientos. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering. And that one is lifted in the air. Renfroe in position and makes the grab. And a couple of quick outs.
The batter, the center fielder, Jose Siri.
So up next for New York, Jose Siri. 0 for 1 so far. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. That one ripped right center field. And that should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. Not stopping. He's going for 3. And this is going to be a 2-out triple.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch.
Francisco.
Textbook bat control right there. Got a pitch on the outside, saw it deep into the zone, and just barreled it up, went the other way for the knock. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
And now it's Frankie Lindor. 1 for 2. And that one fouled off.
And I would say that most great defensive outfielders, it's kind of natural. There is some work that you can do to it to improve your game, but ultimately you either have it or you don't.
One ball.
In the dirt. No movement. Now a ball and 2 strikes. Fights it off. He'll see another. 2 outs and a runner at third. And we're in the top of the 5th. Lifted in the air right center field. And that's the 3rd out. Mets leave 1. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Bottom of the inning.
Leading
So up now for Kansas
Warriors,
City,
the
Kyle
center
Isbell.
fielder, Kyle Isbell.
Ball one and a pitch inside.
Well, these Royals just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Soto going after it. Puts it away for the out.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have guys in scoring position because they put themselves there.
Now the left fielder, Dairon Blanco. That's a strike, attacked with the sweeper. Swing and a miss as he was late.
This game has been so tight, feels like the next team to score will win it.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Strikeout number 8.
Quick 3-pitch strikeout, and you look at the sequence. The plan was clearly to work him inside. Didn't want to let him get his arms extended, make him a little bit uncomfortable in there, and he ended up overmatching him in the process. That's one you have to take note of as a hitter for next time you come to the plate.
Garcia in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Fastball for a strike.
This batter has to understand his job is to get on base however he can. If he gets hit by a pitch, if he walks, maybe even singles, but you want to get the heart of the order.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it. Nothing across here this half. We're through 5. All tied 1-1. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, new inning getting started, and now Pete Alonso. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
And that's in the dirt. Alonso goes 6 feet 3 inches, 30 years old now, and he's a former Rookie of the Year. That one ripped. And out of here. He circles the bases, his 54th home run of the season, and they jump out front. It's 2-1.
His confidence is through the roof with the way he's been swinging it lately. He's on a really good run. Power versus power right there, like 2 locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
Soto in the box again, takes a strike. And a swing and a bouncer, foul of first. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in, and we're the top half of the 6th. A little bit high. Ball 1.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Next one in the dirt. Right side, hard hit. To first. Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th.
The batter, number 9, designated hitter, Brandon Nimmo.
Next to hit, Brandon Nimmo. 0 for 2 in this one. Ball 1 there.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
And there's the strike. Bullpen action for the Royals. Carlos Hernandez preparing to come on if needed. Schreiber warming up as well. This one lifted in the air, left field. Blanco makes the play, and there are 2 down.
Now batting, the left fielder, Jesse.
2 down, base is empty.
Winker.
Jesse Winker up now for the Mets. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And that drops in for a strike. Popped up. Garcia hauls it in to end the inning. The Mets do pick up a run on this solo blast. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. You're dialed into the show. And we're back. Bottom of the 6th inning. And the batter will be the shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr.
Witt Jr.
And that one fouled off.
No, that's a ball.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
And a count 1-2. Gets under it and pops it up. Acuna. And it's caught for the out.
Now batting, the catcher, Salvador.
Salvador Perez steps in for the Royals. Out to short. Throws to first in time. And that quickly 2 away.
The first baseman, number 9, Vinny Pasquantino.
And here's the first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino. Pitch is in there. 0-1.
Not sure if he could be in more of a groove. Looks really relaxed. He's retired 7 straight. This guy's feeling it right now.
And down on strikes. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Royals bats are quiet there, and our score remains 2-1. New pitcher in the game for the Royals, Carlos Hernandez.
Now pitching.
Well, he's been a bit of a wild card out there in terms of throwing strikes. He's definitely struggled with free passes this year.
Hernandez.
And stepping in for New York, Luis Angel Acuna.
Luis Angel Acuna.
Drilled out towards left center field. Blanco under this one. Makes the catch for the out.
Now batting, the catcher.
And next for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play.
Swing, and that's ripped towards right center. That's a hit. Runner on at first with one gone. So up next for New York, Mark Vientos. Fastball is outside.
Well, I'll say this as a former position player and base stealer. When you come into a game and you've got a guy like this behind the dish with a big arm, you really have to change your approach. Can't try to steal because you'll get thrown out. Maybe get a little bigger lead, be aggressive on the secondary. But this type of guy shuts the running game down.
Alvarez leads off first with one away. On the ground to third, might be two. The throw to second, and that's two. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Mets 2 and the Royals 1. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
The designated hitter, Jonathan India.
Swing and a miss. That's strike one.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
And the sweeper misses. And a swing and a miss. And his 11th strikeout in this one, really racking up the whips. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical. And setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Massey in the box now, takes strike one. Right through there for a strike. Gets a piece and stays alive. Looking to get the tying run on base. That one missed.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Fly ball down the line, and that will drop foul. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Good late cut for the strikeout there.
Right
I think
fielder,
really got in on him, man. You know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Soto brings it in, and that is that. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. 8th inning coming up. It's the Mets 2 and the Royals 1. Welcome back as we take a check of the current standings.
Jose Siri.
Hernandez back to work. That one at triple digits.
They can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
In the air, right field. Renfroe hauls it in, and there's one away.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco.
Now up to him,
Lindor.
Francisco Lindor. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Now batting. The
Just
first
kept it
baseman,
simple.
Pete
Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there was just no one there to knock it down.
So a man aboard. Pete Alonso
No, he beat it.
up now for the Mets. Over to first, and he's saved. Lindor on the move. Pitch
No,
misses.
that's a ball.
Throw, tag, out. What a throw by Salvador Perez.
Man, I see him trying to be aggressive right there late in this ball game, trying to add on to that lead. You know, I really like the thought, but it just didn't work out that time. Nice job by the defense right there to keep things right where they are in terms of the score.
And that's in there for a strike. Little slider
One ball,
that
one
finds
strike.
the mark. Next pitch
that's
off the
away.
plate. 2-1. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. Time
We got
asked for at the
time.
plate prior to the 2-1 pitch. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. One hit in the inning, but no one left. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Mets 2 and the Royals 1.
Now pitching. for
Back
New
now,
York.
new pitcher on the mound as we
Number
roll into the
71.
bottom of the 8th. Sean Reed-Foley.
These are the
Reed
spots
Foley.
relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time,
Leading up,
there's a
for the
reason they're
Royals,
put in these
the center
situations.
fielder, Kyle
Well, one-run game, and to the plate for Kansas City, Kyle Isbell. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think
Some high cheese for strike 3.
pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning.
The
Down
left fielder,
one.
number
Any leadoff
44,
base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
Blanco in the box now. Takes strike 1.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Swings and misses. And it's 0-2.
No ball. 2 straight.
This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 down.
Now batting, third baseman,
Michael Garcia steps in for the Royals. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Fastball for a strike.
No ball.
Trying to
1
hold
strike.
a 1-run lead here the bottom half of the 8th inning. In there at the knees for a strike.
No signs of wavering on the mound here in the 8th. He's looking rock solid so far.
And a swing and a miss. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Offense held in check there. 9th inning coming up. It's the Mets 2 and the Royals 1. We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new
Now
pitcher on the
pitching for
mound.
the Royals.
Carlos Estevez.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Well, 1-run game. Juan
right
Soto
fielder,
up
Juan
now for the Mets.
Soto.
And a little something extra at stake in this at-bat as he's hitless so far with his hitting streak in jeopardy. Base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Well, he keeps the hitting streak
number 9.
going with that
Designated
9th inning
hitter,
knock right
Brandon.
there. Coming through under pressure. And Not the ideal way to get the job done, Boog, but it works.
You know, only once during DiMaggio's famous inning streak did he wait till the 9th inning to extend it. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and the best thing to do is get that thing out of the way early. No doubt about it. You can move on with the game. Otherwise, you start gripping the bat a little tighter as the game progresses towards the end.
There's the strike.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Next offering is outside.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter at this point in the ball game. You know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
Well, I don't think there's a hitter alive that hasn't at some point succumbed to that pitch right there. It just looks like it's in the zone the entire way, and then the top spin and gravity take over in the blink of an eye, and it's just such a tough pitch to lay off of.
Here's the left fielder, Jesse Winker. 0 for 3 in this one. Out towards left center. Blanco on the move. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away.
The batter number 2, second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna.
And stepping in for New York, Luis Angel Acuna. Estevez, 32 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
Gosh, a little late on that breaking ball. I don't think he recognized it out of the hand. Just a little tardy. They have to regroup here.
Out to short. Witt. Off balance throw in time. And that is that. So 1 hit is all they get. High to the order. 3, 4, 5 will get their shot in the bottom of the 9th. It's the Mets 2 and the Royals 1. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Edwin Diaz. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again.
Edwin Diaz.
And now the shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. And this is very likely the last chance he gets to keep his hitting streak alive. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2. Strike 3. Throws him with the front door slider.
Well, the first batter, it's always a big one for the closer. I mean, you get that punch out, you get settled in, you feel like you're in command out there on the mound from the jump, and it kind of prevents any doubt from creeping into your mind or the fielders that are playing behind you that, you know, you're going to wrap this thing up.
1 down, base is empty. Down the line. And that's a foul ball. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. No, he held up. A 1-run lead. And the home team trying to pull it out.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Swings and misses. Struck him out. Royals down to their final out.
Well, it's kind of tough right here. Closer
That's
comes
the
in and he strikes out the first 2 hitters.
Hey.
It's hard not to feel defeated and that this is going to go quickly. But you got to go up there, maybe trying to find a way to choke up on the bat, spread out, put the ball in play, and maybe you can extend this inning.
Now the 0-1. Line drive. That's a base hit into right field. And that puts the tying run on base.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Well, with the tying run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap, and score that run from first base.
They're down to their final strike.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
Swing and a miss, and that's the ball game.
The number 7 is such a cool and sort of lucky number. Well, this team has been playing really well, but to win 7 games in a row, there's been some luck and there's been some really good play. I think you get to this point, you start to look at, can we double that? Make it double digits, make it 2 touchdowns, make it 14.
And your final score here today, 2-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shampi saying so long.